Here is my basic bodies block. I have inputted all the regular measurements. This is the front and that is the back. For the front, I've inputted the shoulder to bust measurement of 10.5 inches, shoulder to under bust of 13.5 inches, and front half length, that's the shoulder to waist, of 18 inches, while the back half length is 16 inches. I have also gone ahead to mark out the horizontal measurement, the bust circumference of 40 inches and the waist circumference of 32 inches, plus additional 2 inches for the dart I'll be using for the front, while for the back, I added just additional 1 inch for the back dart. You can refer to my full video on how to draft a basic bodies block. Now I'll be inputting the bust dart. So I took 2 inches down from the bust line, which is the difference between the front and the back half length, and I marked out the bust dart right there. I will also go ahead to input the waist dart for the front, and I marked 2 inches, 1 inch on both sides of the dart line. I also did the same thing on the under bust line and the waist line. So I just drew straight line, and then I'll be contouring by shaping in the dart from the under bust line to the bust line, just 1 inch below the bust line actually. So now I'll be creating a shoulder dart for this piece. So I decided I want my shoulder width to be 3 inches. So I measured 3 inches from the edge of the neckline, and I'll be connecting that straight up to the bust point. So from this point, I marked 4 inches to help me shape my armhole curve. So we are trying to get a sharp armhole curve right there and to give a unique shape to the armhole, not the regular shape. So I just took the measurement from the chest line to the bust line there, and it was 2 inches. I marked the same thing for the back. I'll connect a straight line from that point to the zip allowance. Now the next thing I'll be doing will be to mark out the shoulder width for the back as well. Recall that we used 3 inches for the front, so you have to use the same thing for the back. So I marked 3 inches for the back as well. Before I proceed, I'll be marking out my 1 inch wide dart for the back. So the back dart can extend up to the chest line. So once I drew that line up to the chest line, then I slanted it onto the shoulder. So I'm just marking my 1 inch wide dart right there, and I took the measurement from the shoulder to that sharp point on the armhole. I'll be recreating this for the back, so I'm connecting the point straight up to the armhole. Now for the back neckline, I decided to make use of 1.5 inch instead of the regular 1 inch on the basic bodies. I will also be tightening the back to eliminate the back zip bulge, because I took out half an inch from the zip allowance. I'm replacing that half an inch at the side of the pattern. So I'll go ahead now and separate these two patterns together so that I can transfer my dart. Guys, at this point I actually transferred my dart, but just continue watching because I changed that along the way. Once the transfer was done, I held it down using my masking tape. I'll go ahead now to through the side, that's to blend the side, and also cut out the darts. Now it was at this point I realized I didn't have to hold in or transfer my dart. I could just cut it out. So I went ahead and to cut out the bust dart. Now I'm making use of two colors of fabric, black and yellow, and so this upper part will be a part of the yoke, which will be black color, and the lower part will be yellow, while for the center front panel this upper part will be black and then we'll have yellow. So I have to separate these two sides even on the center front panel as well. So I just took my scissors and cut it out. For the back piece as well, I'll be cutting out the back tightening and the entire pattern basically. So but we need to create the back yoke. So I already have this separated into two by that line, 2 inches below the chest line. But at this point I was beginning to consider reshaping the back yoke. So I just created a slant instead of a straight line. So I made the slant to pass through the level of the chest line so that I can extend my dart to the chest line level, like so. So now this part will be black, and I'll just cut it together with the side near the armhole, and then this will be yellow. So I went ahead to cut out the rest of the pattern. It was at this point that it occurred to me that I didn't need to split my yoke opened into two, that I could just tape the side and the center front pieces of the yoke together and create one single piece as yoke. So for this back dart, you can decide to cut it out, add your sewing allowance and sew back, or you simply just sew your regular darts the way we sewed that, which was what I did. Now I'll be cutting the front yoke as a single piece and the back yoke as another single piece. Now I'll be transferring all of the pattern pieces onto fabric, adding the necessary sewing allowance. You can see that I already taped the two yoke pieces for the front together. So for the back piece, the part I'm cutting on yellow fabric, I'll be adding half an inch allowance at the top and the base, and then 1 inch at the side. For the bodies, I'm adding 1 inch at the side, half an inch at the top, base, and the dart line. Now for each of the pieces I'll be cutting, I'll cut out a lining the same shape, and also feasible interfacing, which I'll press onto the fabric. Now for the yoke as well, I'm cutting out two pieces because I don't want to make use of another fabric as lining, so I'm using the same fabric as the lining, and I added half an inch allowance at the neckline, shoulder, armhole, and the base of the yoke. Likewise, the back yoke, I did the same thing, but at the side, the part of the yoke that will be fixed onto the side seam should be 1 inch allowance as well, just like the main side piece, and there's no need to add any allowance at the zip side. Now I'll be cutting out 4 pieces of fabric for the sleeve belt, and it's just 5 inches wide, and you can make it as long as you want, but mine was around 20 inches thereabout. And this is what we have so far, all the fabric pieces cut out, and it's time to cut out the skirt. The skirt part of this dress is a 360-degree handkerchief flare. So for a full circle flare, you divide the waist circumference by 6.28, and because my fabric wasn't sufficient, I had to cut the front separately and the back separately, so I only folded once instead of twice. And I've marked my radius at the center, and I'm marking the sides, so please refer to the video to fully explain this. But once I got the length I was looking for, I created a square, okay, rather than a quarter circle. It was a square so that we can have that sharp corners for that you see in any handkerchief flare or peplum. Okay, so now I'm cutting out the inner circle, and I've cut out the hem of the skirt. The same process, we'll be attaching the two pieces of yoke, front yoke, together by half an inch along the neckline. And also for the back piece, I'll do the same thing. So I told you I cut double of each of the pattern because one needs to be used for the lining. So I have done that here. I've sewn the lining and the main yoke and turned the neckline. I also went ahead to notch and to top stitch on the lining part. I'll just decide to use one of it as the lining, and once that was done, I turned it inside out and gave it a good press. Now I'll be closing up the armhole of the yoke by 1/2 inch. I'm doing this for only the front piece. Once that was done, I went ahead to notch the corner right there so that it can remain sharp when I turn inside out. Okay, this is what it looks like on the outside, and for the back piece, this is what we have on the outside. Now I'll be sewing the front and back piece together along the shoulder, and what I'll be doing is to sandwich the front shoulder between the back piece and the back lining of the back yoke. Okay, and I'll be sewing by 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing on the other side, but I won't just stop at the shoulder. Once I get to the corner right here, I'll just continue to close up the armhole of the back yoke. So if you have done this properly, you should have this neat looking yoke. Okay, so we have finished up the armhole, the neckline. Now we'll proceed to work on the bodies. That's the main bodies now, and I'll start by sewing in the back dart, the 1/2 inch, sorry, 1 inch wide dart from the waistline upward. And also I'll pick up the pieces for the front and sew the dart together by 1/2 inch. This is what I have after sewing. So I'll be doing the same thing for the lining, because the lining is just a replica of the main piece, both for the front and for the back. The next thing I'll be doing is to attach the yoke onto the yellow piece or the bodies by 1/2 inch. Okay, I told you I did the same thing for the lining, right? I'll pick up the main yoke and sew it onto the main fabric, and also pick up the lining and sew it to the lining separately, so that we can deal with this separately and close up all our seams. So I'll also be doing the same thing for the back, sewing the main fabric, the main yellow fabric, onto the black, the lining separately, the main fabric separately. Okay, so this is what I have right here, the dart sewn, and on the inside you just have two separate pieces like so. And for the back as well, we have the same thing. I've sewn by 1/2 inch. Now it's time to sew the side seam. So remember the pieces of fabric we cut out for the belt? I have closed it up just to make straps like this for the sleeve, and I'll be attaching it to the side from the inside. Okay, neatly. I'll be sewing the side seam by 1 inch because that was the allowance we added, right? But you can still go ahead and take all your measurements and sew the side seam the way you usually do. Now here is our dress so far. Believe me, we are almost through with this. At this stage, I'll pick up the skirt part so we can do a little work on it. You remember I told you that I cut the front and the back separately. So before I sew it onto the bodies, I'll need to sew the sides, that's attach the front to the back along the side, and then I'll go ahead to stitch it onto the bodies by 1/2 inch. I also cut out a piece of lining which I sew onto the lining parts of the dress, and this is what we have. The next thing I'll be doing is to attach the zip to the fabric, okay, just the main fabric, so that I can close up the zip allowance using the lining, turning it on the other side to give it a neat finishing along the zip allowance. Here my zip is fixed and I've turned the inside with the zip allowance. This is what you have at the back, and I'll just turn this around so that you can see this at the front. And I went ahead to finish up the hem by sewing in my hemming allowance. This is what you have at the zip side. You can see how I have used the lining to turn the zip allowance so that we can have that neatness along the zip. that's pretty much it. How do I look? How do I look? If you think this looks good on me, please drop a comment in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't a part of us just yet. When you subscribe, remember to click on the notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.